Alright, if you're ever wondering what the bottom of a 928 Porsche seat looks like, this is what it looks like. These are the motors. That humming noise that you hear on the background, that's my water pump, so I apologize for that. Anyways, these are the switches. I'm replacing a switch right now. So if you're wondering what's underneath here, so this is actually the manual way of moving the seat back and forth if the motor was to fail. And it doesn't, if you've ever tried to do this, it's not the greatest thing. You put an Allen wrench in here and you turn it, and it's like designed to actually let's see if I can see it here. Well, anyways, it doesn't work very well. So what you want to do is get a power supply, and if your motor is working, I suppose, and your switch is bad, you want to get a power supply and put 12 volts here. So if you put it in reverse order, it'll go one way. If you put it in the other order, it'll go the other way. So I have like a power supply, 12 volt power supply with these alligator leads, and you can get, when it's in the car, you just get yourself like way in there, and then just touch these 2 points. You remove the connectors that are on here, you touch these 2 points, you know, plus and minus. It'll go one way, and you flip it over and go the other way. The reason why you need to do that is that's what allows you to get to the bolts that are on these rails. So there's one bolt on each side in the front, and then there's 2 bolts on the back. So you need to bring the seat all the way up to get to the back, and then you need to put the seat all the way back to get the front ones. And usually it's, well, not usually, I guess, I don't know one way or the other, but if it's the switch that's bad, like in my case, the motor's still good, you can use that power supply trick to move it back and forth, versus the manual way, which is, again, if you ever try it, it's just the most annoying thing. It just takes forever. I'm going to show real quick that trick I was telling you guys about in terms of getting the seat to move back and forth if the switch is bad. I don't recommend using this manual method. You'll realize it just kind of sucks. So if you have a power source, a 12 volt power source of some sort, I use this thing. So plus and minus. If you connect it to here, and again, your head's like basically at the floor, reaching over, and if you put, it doesn't matter necessarily which you put, plus or minus, and you'll see when you turn on the power, it'll go one way, and then if you switch it, it'll go the other way. So anyways, that's a little trick. I want to show that. Alright, so the other thing you can't forget is this. I actually forgot about this connector. That's the indicator that your seatbelt is connected or not. So don't forget about that one. I say that because on the passenger side you don't have one of those. So I had replaced the switch on my passenger side earlier. It only had this connector and not this connector, so I was like pulling out the seat, and it's the most awkward thing to do. It weighs, I don't know, a good amount, I don't know, 50, 70 pounds, and then super awkward because the seat angle has to be in the right position, especially for the driver's side, because the steering wheel is there, and so it's just, and then like you're kind of hunched over, so it's really easy to throw your back. Alright, so I'll do another clip of how this feeds in, how it's going to feed in. You have to feed in it this way, and there's a slight gap that goes right through there, comes through this area right there, and then feeds all into this. The other thing, you have to undo this cap. Again, this is another thing that's super difficult to do. It's not, I mean, when you look at it simple, you just have to kind of like open this side up as it flanges out, but just, you don't have a lot of purchase to grab it, to, you know, wedge it out, and so it's just like, it's another thing that's kind of like difficult. Like, you don't want to mangle it, and so you try to do it carefully. It's really easy to kind of like cut up your fingers or whatever. Okay, so this is the bad switch right here, or what I'm determining as a bad switch, and this is the new one. But you have to get all this inside there through that portal. And so what I did was I wrapped it all up in gaffer's tape, just kind of wrapped it up, and then I wrapped this. What are these called? Anyways, I wrapped this up. It's just like a stick, and then I'm gonna shove it in this hole, and then that's how I'm gonna get this wiring to go through. So if hopefully this comes out. I have no idea whether it shows or not, but it's gonna come through right there, and then I'm gonna feed it in the direction that I want it to. Hopefully it won't rip the gaffer's tape. It's, yeah, I should have taped the gaffer's tape over this part too. Anyways. Alright, and then this should just snap in. Alright, well, is that right? Yeah, so that snapped in. And this gets pushed back like that. Alright, and then I unwrap this. Like this. The other thing I want to show is, so I'm going to connect these and do a test to make sure that they're all good to go. I'm trying to think of how this went through. It's come through this way. I'm not pushing them in all the way because I want to make sure that I have them in the correct configuration. Let's do it this way. Okay. So the power is here. Okay, so this is backwards. I'm going, pushing down, and yeah, so that part's backward, but this is correct. I'm going to go forward. Yeah, so that, and then go back. That's correct. All right. Okay, and then the other thing is you have to feed this back into this switch right here. And I took a photo of it earlier, so I kind of remember what it's basically going in like that on the far pins. It goes underneath these. It goes like that. And like that. These go like that. Alright. And then I'm going to zip tie these to be it. And this gets snapped in here. Should get snapped in there. Alright, that's good enough, I think. It's not really snapping great, but okay. That's it.